What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Issa, and I hope you guys are keeping the faith, staying headstrong, and working hard towards your goals because that's what this channel is all about. Something that I preach all the time. Anyway, back to our normal schedule when it comes to recording. As you can see, the light, you use the natural light to kind of, put the light into this room. Anyway, so today's discussion is going to be about a law, one of the laws when it comes to manifestation. And to me, this is probably the most important law that you can apply into your life. And I think it could be a law that is the only law really that's important. And this law is used by a lot of people that I would say don't really believe in manifestation, but they somehow attract or manifest great things into their life. And that law is the law of assumption. In my opinion, I believe that the law of assumption is truly something that is the best law out of everything. The most important law, I should say. Not the best, but the most important law. And you might be asking, well, why is it? Well, first we have to understand what law of assumption is. And law of assumption is basically whatever you assume to be true and deeply feel as reality will manifest into your physical life, right? Most of the people that are successful or have done great things in this world have this sort of delusional mindset in terms of before they got big, right? You ever watch like those biopics of like Elvis or um, The Pursuit of Happiness or like Marty Supreme, for example? Marty Supreme just came out. I don't know if you guys seen that film. You should watch it. It's really good. I highly recommend it. But there's a scene in that film where he basically walks around and he thinks he's the best. He thinks he's already a celebrity. He thinks he's a mainstream artist. And I remember there was a scene where, he's with that lady and she says, what if this doesn't work out? And he says, it doesn't enter my consciousness. Like, I'm going to be famous. I'm going to be rich. I'm going to make this sport. I'm going to make ping pong mainstream. Like, it's inevitable. It's going to happen. That is insane law of assumption. And because of it, I mean, he's going to these tours in Japan. He's pretty much pretty famous. I mean, it's a chaotic movie, but the whole point of it is he has such a strong faith and such a strong conviction that he is going to be where he's going to be or where he says he's going to be, that it essentially becomes true in a way, right? And I think we can all learn from that and learn from those people that are we call delusional. But in my opinion, I just think they have a good knowing and a confidence in themselves. It's delusional until it happens, right? So, but what I recommend is when it comes to law of assumption, you need to assume that you have what you desire. And I've said this in many other videos, but I truly want to keep talking about this because this is something that I believe when people apply it to their lives, right? You watching right now, when you apply it into your life, at first it might seem unnatural. It might seem, oh, this is stupid. I feel delusional. I feel out of place. But in my personal opinion, I think that when you put that information out into the universe, when you start to convince yourself that you are worthy of being great, that you are worthy of moving forward with what you want in this life, things around you start to change. Things start to conspire towards what idea you put out to the universe. And I think at that same time, the way that you view yourself also changes, right? Because let's be honest, guys, the way you view yourself eternally, emotional, spiritually, physically, truly changes your outcome in this world, the timeline that you're in. And in my opinion, those that have high self worth, high self value, and view themselves as people as success and expect it, they get it. They get it. I've never seen someone that didn't have that sort of delusional confidence and didn't get more than they were worth, right? They just attract it. Why? Because confidence is contagious. The universe loves confidence. You know why? Because confidence is the ultimate form of prayer. It's the ultimate form of faith. Because when you're confident, you have nothing to worry about. You know what's going to come. You trust the universe. And when you trust the universe trusts you. And it's like, okay, you trust me, I'm going to give it to you. Because you put your faith into me. So again, guys, you have to assume the feeling. Assume the feeling that, like, let's say you want I always use this example, but you want a car, right? Assume you have it. When you're driving your broken down, beat up Honda Civic, imagine you're driving a Lamborghini. Imagine you're driving a Ferrari. Imagine you're driving a BMW or a Lexus or whatever car that you want. Imagine how it would feel. Imagine you already made it, right? Because when you condition your body to kind of think like you already have it, it's just going to attract more and more abundance and wealth. So then when you actually do have it, it's going to feel natural. You ever hear like successful people when they say, "Oh, I wanted to make my first million, $2 million, or like I wanted to win this championship or be the best player in the world, and once I got there, I felt kind of, I didn't feel as I imagined." Well, because internally they already feel like they're the best. They already feel like a millionaire. So when they get it, it feels normal, feels natural because it's something they expect. It's something that they believe they deserve. And the universe rewards that. And I know it might sound arrogant. It might sound like, "Oh, they're not humble, this and that." But guys, internally you can be arrogant. It's your world. It's your internal world. You can be and talk to yourself, in a confident I am way, right? Obviously, you don't go around to people and, start making fun of them or being like a bad person. No, but internally, you have to be selfish. You have to be confident. You have to be arrogant because that is truly what's going to attract things into this world is your self-worth, your self-concept of yourself, right? So you have to improve that. Improve your self-talk. Improve how you view situations. Improve the inner dialogue that goes on every single day, right? From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, it's all hard work. The hard work is not just physical, going to the gym, running, lifting weights. Anybody can do that. It comes down to the mental and the emotional. Those are the two most important things, right? The mental and emotional combined create the spiritual. And the more that you're in tuned and the more that you consistently improve your inner dialogue, the greater the results are going to be, the greater the things you're going to attract, and the easier it's going to be, right? Because you're not going to have tension, you're going to have faith in whatever you're doing. So, how do we assume the feeling, like the law of assumption? How do we use it and apply it into our lives? Well, there's a couple things that you can do, and I'll tell you guys personally what I do. And for me, the first thing is I always ignore the 3D world. And I know that's might seem like, okay, that's kind of crazy, but for me, I always like imagine myself when I walk like I try to get into the feeling of a person that's very confident, is very big and strong, and like I'm rich, like I already succeeded at whatever I wanted, right? Everyone knows me, this that. And I think when you ignore the 3D world, it starts to change because I use the law of assumption all the time, and things in my physical world change all the time. Things always change all the time. And you want to assume that you are already at the place that you want to be. Now, obviously, you're going to have thoughts where you're like, "Okay, well, I'm at school, this is that." But initially thinking about where you need to go in life puts you in the direction towards where you're headed. So if I want to be rich, I start acting like, okay, I'm rich, this and that. I don't have a feeling towards money. I like if I want to spend a lot of money, I'm gonna spend it, and I'm gonna be like, okay, it's gonna come back to me. Like there's no resistance towards it. And eventually, over time, like I'm not saying go out and spend three, four, $500, but I'm saying sometimes if you splurge, like don't feel guilty about it. Feel like yes, I deserve this. I deserve to spend money because it's gonna come to me. I make money. That's the difference in mindset. Don't go out and be stupid and spend $300 every day and pay money. No, 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 no. Just at the times when you actually do spend money or you have the opportunity to spend a lot, don't feel resistant to it. Be like, yes, I deserve this. It's going to come to me. And eventually you'll get used to it to a point where when you're actually starting to make money and you pay for big, expensive stuff, it's going to be like, "Oh, okay, I can afford it," right? That's the assumption that you need. That's ignoring the 3D world until it physically manifests into your world, and then eventually all your senses you can't deny it because it's true because it's there, right? But you thought about it beforehand. You thought about it spiritually. You thought about it emotionally. You thought about it mentally, and then it's there. Not only do you can't deny it, but everyone around you can't deny it, right? Because everyone can see it. We always are so quick to disbelieve or things that we can't see, or disregard things that we can't physically touch, smell, our senses can't comprehend. But I'm telling you guys, the law of assumption is like that secret door to all the riches and all the success that you can get in this world. It's not just material. It could be your way of viewing yourself. It could be a emotional, it could be a spiritual, it could be, it's not just material, but material is easy to explain, right? Because you can actually see the physical results of it. The next thing is you want to focus on that feeling state. So how would it feel to be the person you want to be? If you want to be a very confident person, um, how does it feel to be confident? When you walk, do you walk with your back straight like this? Do you fix yourself up? Do you go to the gym? Things of that nature. What are you doing to be confident? Like, I recommend, now people say you want to be your own character, and I understand you want to be your own person, but find someone you inspire to be like, right? Who's a confident person that you want to aspire to be like? What are their mannerisms? Try and copy it. And eventually, you'll create your own style through that, right? But that's an inspiration. It's like when you play sports, right? As a kid, you have a favorite player and you try to play like them, and you get better because you learn from them, but you create your own style. Obviously, you're not going to be the 100% copycat of them, right? I mean, you have Kobe. Even Kobe's not the 100% copy of Michael Jordan, right? But he copied him and he got a lot of success out of it. And his life changed completely. So, you know, copy other people that you think are great and find your own style in the process, right? Don't wear the same hairstyle or dress the same as them or do this or that. Just find what you inspire to be like, their mannerisms, the way they talk, this, that. Use it and find your own style in it. And I'm telling you, that's a lot of assumption right there. You're assuming a character, and that character is going to be you. It's gonna take over, and that's going to be your new personality. The next thing is you've got to control your inner dialogue. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but you want to control the way you speak to yourself. You want to control the way you view something. Something bad happens, acknowledge it, then think about something positive right away, right? Obviously, bad things are going to happen all the time. You can't ignore it, but you can acknowledge it, but just don't stay in that feeling. And this is the hardest part, in my opinion, because it's a constant, it's literally a constant, like it's constant work. It's not just a one and done thing. It's constant work for years, years, years that I'm still doing, that everyone still does. But if you're able to condition your mind, build that callous, that strongness, and convince your and change the way that you view life, I'm telling you, it's gonna help in the law of assumption. And then the last thing is you want to eliminate the tension and worry. You want to eliminate the fact that maybe this might not happen. No, you want to just fully let go. Give it up to the universe and just assume that it's going to happen. Assume that you're already that person. Assume you already have that car, or you already have that job, or whatever it is. Assume it, let it go. Because the more tension you have, the more resistance, the more the universe can't work with it, right? Because you've wedged everything in. But when everything's less and smooth and not so tight, the universe can work and conspire. So again, guys, release the tension and success will come. Now I'm telling you that law of assumption is truly something special. So I highly recommend that you guys implement it. It's the most important law. If there's a law that you need to have to bring success and you don't need anything else, it's the law of assumption. Assume that you're already at where you want to be. Assume you already have everything, because that's the inner confidence in yourself and the inner confidence for the universe. And it's going to give it to you. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Follow me on my socials down in the description at issa.elassal. It's pretty much the same for all of them. And yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and peace.